Hi guys, my name is Cheyenne Boris, or my friends call me Java. I'm currently filming this at work, so you'll have to excuse the lighting and all of that. Trust me, we tried. I was invited to talk to you guys about branding, which is so funny because this is only, my second year with Java Mama, but something I always strive to do is to find identity, and I've done it since pretty much a preteen. I've always really thrived and grown with this sense of having identity, and I think that and branding kind of go hand in hand. There's a couple key points I want to share with you, and one being a quote. I know I wouldn't be a public speaker unless I shared a quote. I feel like it's like 101. And that is, money will always match your mindset. Sometimes in direct sale companies, we sometimes always see our customers as a monetary amount. We want them to love Java Mama like we do, but let's be real, this economy, we also want to pay our bills. And sometimes we look at a customer and we pressure. We're like, no, you would really like this. You would really like this. And sometimes that's a little off-putting. Sometimes when you make those relationships, that's 100% what my branding's based on. When you make those relationships, the money will come. I promise you. Maybe not a week, maybe not a month. You do have to build a foundation, and that foundation is community and branding and understanding, and it's all these different things. It builds off of that. So you might not be able to lead, the person to coffee and make them drink, so to speak, but you might be able to lead them to a community in which they feel comfortable drinking the coffee with you. The first thing, if I'm not to teach you anything else, is brand identity and how to create it. So do research. In the realm of Java Mama's unique kind of components of business, that research can be, hey guys, I want to send out some samples. I want your feedback. I want to hear from you. That research could be trying out a couple of vendor events and seeing what your community is. I've done vendor events where the community is primarily men or older generations, and they usually don't want flavored coffee. I've done research in communities where some communities I do better with flavor. To know your audience is the #1 component to a successful brand. You have to know who you're trying to connect yourself with. Now, doing that research, you come upon strategy, right? You know your audience, you now can see, how can I reach that audience? How can I connect with that audience? Something I do in my brand identity is my husband, and it sounds funny, but they love him. They love when he's on a live because he's probably getting tortured. We go live every week, and sometimes we do sale lives. And what that means is we have to reach a certain amount of sales on that live, and if we do, my husband has done the 1 chip challenge. He's done a labor simulator. We've waxed him a couple times. We've done the jelly bean. But finding my branding of creating this community. My branding is Java and Jesus because we want to give back. We want you to feel better leaving than you did coming in. And that's entirely my brand. We've done some of our proceeds to breast cancer fighters. We've done homeless. When the Kentucky floods happened, we loaded up our truck and raised all these sales in order to bring a truckload of supplies. That's my branding. Now, I'm not saying you have to give back, you have to torture your husband, or you have to do sale lives at all, but you have to find what works for you and what you want to be out of this. Yes, we're all Java Mama children, but you still have to find who you are. Just like you have a mother or a father, you have that, parental figure, whatever it is in your life. You might be similar to them. You follow the obedience and the rules and the guidelines, but you also are free to find who you are. And that's where design identity comes in. So design identity, there's a couple things I want to touch on here. One thing I see a lot of you struggle with, or maybe not be aware of, is you'll share an image, right? Let's say we are sharing a recipe and you've made this cute little photo. It looks adorable. We all are like, yes, I love it. But what you don't realize is when you share that photo, you're branding, and you don't brand it. You don't put like my company, whatever you want to call it, is called Java and Jesus. And I will put Java and Jesus, a little logo at the bottom, because what you don't realize is, let's say you post on Facebook. You want all your friends to share it. It got shared, and then Linda shared it, and then Barbara, and then Susan. By the time that's all across the timelines, your branding is not on it. There is no way to trace that back to you. It's just a recipe. That's all it is. Now it's just a recipe. They have no idea you sell Java Mama. They have no idea your branding. They have no idea who you are. And that's what it comes down to. That design identity is finding who you are, branding what you have. If you find it best to make recipes, then put your dang branding on it. Now follow the branding guidelines, of course, but make sure that you're doing that. Same thing with a live. If you're going live, make sure you're typing up a little thing before you go live. Like, hey guys, jump in. My name's Cheyenne. My friends call me Java. I'd love for you to hang out. No pressure to buy anything. Let's have a great time. Explain to your audience what you are doing. And that's where create touch points come in. Create touch points means, do you remember in school when they're like, when you write a paper, you have to have that attention grabbing sentence. You have that one sentence to grab your audience. It's the same with business. If you're setting up vendor events, have your branding. Let them know who you are. Let them know what to expect out of you. Let them know all those things before they even come up to you. Let them know that you're inviting and friendly and all those things. But also, like I said, if you go live, create those touch points. Let them know what you're doing in that live. Are you doing a drink demo? Then type up, hey guys, jump in. I'm doing a drink demo. Because statistically and analytically, if you're making TikToks, YouTube, Facebook, you can only grab that viewer's attention for the first 5 seconds, and then it's done. You've lost them. You have to say something that grabs their attention, lets them know who you are, what you're doing, capture them. If you show your personality and your branding and what you want, your community will follow. I promise you. And that's where we get to the manage assets. Now let me explain. Manage assets doesn't mean monetary. I don't want you to think about money at all when it comes to your business in the sense of branding. You don't want to think about goals. You don't want to think about money. You want to think about your audience, who you are, and what you want. I'm not talking monetary. I'm not talking anything like that. Who do you want? If your business was a kitchen table, what type of people do you want sitting with you? Do you want people that are passionate about coffee? Do you want people that are passionate about making fancy drinks at home? Do you want people that are, like I like to give back? Do you want people that are loving and community-based? Who do you want sitting at your business table? And I'm not just talking about who do you want on your team. What customers do you want to be surrounded by? Because customers sometimes can be exhausting if they are not the right fit for you. And I'm being humbly honest. Sometimes your customers are not a right fit for your branding. Now, of course, we will serve and we will love them and we will get them the coffee they need. But some people just don't click with us. So we have to make them aware of who we are, what we stand for, what's our brand. And if they want to tag along the crazy ride, then choo-choo, hop on. But managing our assets is managing everything that comes with a brand. And that is, who are you? Who is your audience? Who do you want to serve? What do you want to do? I use a lot of TikTok. I highly suggest using some form of social media and learning it. Learn your assets. Learn how TikTok works. Learn how Facebook works. If you primarily use Facebook, then find out a schedule. Nothing I hate more than a small business that posts 10 or 12 times one day in a group, because you know what happens? My phone goes off. My phone goes off. My phone goes off. Minimize. Minimize for maximum results. Minimize the amount of times you post, but give them the maximum, the meat and potatoes of the launches that day. Give them the meat and potatoes of the products you love for that day. I always say you're not going to quit your business in one day, so don't try to push your business on them in one day. Your brand has to be unified. You have to know who you are in order to sell yourself to someone. We're not just selling Java Mama, we're selling me. I'm selling, hi, my name's Java. I can't wait for you to sit with me. I can't wait to talk to you. I can't wait to share this with you. If you aren't personable and if you don't know who you are, they'll quickly find you and they'll sniff you out and they'll know you're not confident. Be confident. Find out who you are. So do that research, create strategy, design identity, create touch points, and manage your assets. So if you leave with nothing else today, just remember, money will always match your mindset. Get your mind ready around your branding. Find out who you are, what you want to do, and who the heck is sitting with you at your business table. I could go on and on and on about this. I really could. So I'll leave you with that short, hot, and tasty. And if you'd like to follow me on TikTok to see some of the video type branding I do, I will leave it right here. Feel free to check it out, ask questions, comment, or even steal a video or two. I don't mind. But with all that to say, I am so honored and humbled to be asked to share this topic with you today. and I hope that even a tiny bit of information was helpful. So I will see you on the next one. Bye.